Hi everyone, hope you're well. This is CoinsKid. Just going to dive into Vechain. Once again, thank you for your support, okay? Honestly, thank you for your support. Sharing is caring, and you're the people that watch this that have got the channel so far. Obviously, Twitter, the Patreon, the Telegram, the whole lot, the community, the ecosystem that is CoinsKid. It's really cool. Now, I see a lot of disinterest in the market at the moment, and that's for obvious reasons, because obviously no one, and this is this is the psychology of the market, okay? And just think about it from a contrarian point of view, that you would have been going through exactly the same emotions in the market. Everyone saying, "Oh, it's going to zero. It's a scam. It's a shit coin." And whatever project you're looking at, and even Vechain, up here at, what was it, 0.5 cent, and 0.9 cent basically, and no one would have wanted to know about it. But the people that bought down here, are the people that were selling up here, okay? And the people buying up here are now the ones selling down here. Do you get it? The market psychology. If you're new to the market, this is what the markets do to you. And you've got to remember to zoom out. And I always say that, if in doubt, zoom out. Look, wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4, wave 5. Eventually we're going to get there. We're not got a crystal ball, and it's not a certainty. And you're fully aware that if your wave 4 starts to fall back below the height of wave 1, you're invalidating Elliott wave theory and the potential to get up to these targets in this bull run of Elliott wave theory as well, aligned with that particular projections. So I just want to reassure you that these are the perfect opportunities, okay? When there's blood, when there's fear, when there's blood in the streets, okay, you know the longevity, you know where crypto's evolving to, okay? Ignore the FUD, because the FUD always comes around. You'll always get FUD when the market's correcting, and then you'll always see sort of excellent articles and FOMO related articles that are pumped out to get people back into the market, because that's what they do. They drive the markets up with that. All markets are driven by human emotion. I know right now that people are feeling really crappy. They're feeling like they're going to zero, and but these are the optimal opportunities, because you're going through a very similar phase 2, phase 4. They're the drawback waves of Elliott wave theory. You get big ABC corrections. Look, A, B, C, A, B, C, and potentially when we start to form the bottom and we start to get the reversal and the march onwards and upwards, you only remember all this nastiness and this blood and this fear that everyone was experiencing, and we're all in it together, obviously. But for those that are not into the markets, or those that are sort of waiting for those key opportunities to get involved, these are them, basically. But again, I've not got a crystal ball, and we could absolutely roll here and we could come down to the lower lows. But obviously, as I always do on the channel, I'll always give you breakdown targets and key levels of support, okay? And lose support, go short. It really is that easy. You lose a 20, go short. Lose a 55, go short. You've got your swing low target down here at 0.35. And if you also see a rollover in the market, a further loss, say for example you did come down, you start to lose 55 on the weekly, which is a major level of support, by the way, in an uptrend, and you can see acting as a major level of support just there as well. It's when you came down to it and you actually touched it, you consolidated for multiple weeks there before getting the break, continuation, getting above at 20. See you later, alligator, in that monstrous third wave there, the uptrend. So if you was to correct off the 20 and lose that support, do put in a cheeky little short of around about 48%, and put some cheeky bids in down there at 0.356, 5977 for Vechain, and that would be doing something that it's not done in this bull run. It would be losing the 55, potentially coming really, really deep at this C wave as well, all the way down there. Okay, that would make a huge correction, wouldn't it, across the board? And that would actually strike fear into everyone, wouldn't it? But if it does come down to that, what an opportunity to get involved for Vechain. Okay, that'd be a fantastic opportunity, because you'd be able to sort of accumulate more, so to speak, and for the next wave up. But so far, so good. We're doing something very similar here. We came down, we held the 20 for a bit, come back up. You can see we wicked down under the 20, come back up and lost it, and came back down to the 55. And we spent a few weeks in this range between the 20 and the 55, consolidating before building up that reversal in the market, and that reversal in the trend and continuation right there. So do anticipate, you've come down, you've wicked down below into the 55 here, come back above the 20, couldn't sustain it just like you did here, and then rolled over. Look, it's very, very similar scenario that's going on just there. A couple of weeks, couldn't sustain it, rolled down, bounced on the 55. You're now here, you bounce on the 55. Have a couple of weeks of going sideways, caught between a rock and a hard place. Caught between a rock and a hard place, just here, consolidate, boom, get get the pop out, see you later, alligator. But obviously, you're fully aware it is all on Bitcoin, okay? Whatever Bitcoin does, the rest of the market follows. If Bitcoin breaks, you know, everything else will break. If Bitcoin rolls over and shits the bed, this is where you'll see Vechain shit the bed as well. And you're fully aware now, nothing's exempt. And I remember when I first took this on, people thinking this is going to go to the moon and take off into space. You know, it's uncorrelated to Bitcoin and all that sort of spiel. But it just proves that it's not, doesn't it? Because Bitcoin's had that correction. There was no reason really for Vechain to go through this monstrous correction other than the fact that it was very overextended from the EMAs, came back to him, back tested, lost it. You know, looking at this, there's no Wyckoff distribution at play here, is there? You know, with that particular model that everyone's targeting. And, you know, you've got no Wyckoff accumulation here either, have you? So, you know, why is it not happening on these projects? Because they don't stand aside from Bitcoin, okay? The swings and the lows of Bitcoin is what makes these move, basically. So yeah, that's basically Vechain. It's looking relatively healthy. It's looking potentially like this similar structure here, where we came down, we had these ABC corrections right there. We found a base on the 55. Hopefully we can maintain this base just here for Vechain on the 55 and not lose it. But like you're fully aware, if you do lose it and you start to close and hit your head on it, then you've got a swing target down there, which is a previous swing low, because you've already tested this swing high, like I've told you. And potentially, if you lose a swing high, the next target is a swing low. And it really is that simple, okay? So far, so good. It's going sideways. It's chopped, boring sideways action until we see Bitcoin break. Then that's when you'll see Vechain break. So, yeah, I'm just going to jump onto the hourly time frame right now and show you. Wait, I'm going to look at the Gaussian channel on this, actually, on the 5-day, because I don't think I've ever looked at this on the 5-day on the Gaussian channel to see what this looks like. Yeah, I would imagine that you're really overextended right there. So, you know, even this is acting as a really strong level of support right there. And you can see that the Gaussian channel, this is the medium line of the Gaussian channel. In the previous correction just there, when you came up and you got really overextended on wave 1 and you rolled back, this is a 5-day time frame, okay? You rolled back and you fell into the Gaussian, you held the medium line as support. Do you see that? When you was on the 55 and consolidating. Just there in this wave, you actually fell under the 55 just there. Okay, do you see that? So potentially, you know, do anticipate that. Again, you know, if you do start to have a little wick down, it gets a bit nasty, you know, and you don't quite get down to this particular target just there. This is where the medium line of the Gaussian channel on the 5-day could be fruitful to put some cheeky bids in. And currently that sits at 0.04859. Now with Bitcoin, we are targeting a specific support target right now. Potentially, if Bitcoin holds that, you know, everyone's mega bearish, but CoinsKid is giving you a projection of an upcycle of a new impulsive wave of 39k. Now we could actually pick up at this weekend and we could hold a key level of support and we could form a new impulsive wave up to 39k by the end of next week. I'm not saying it's a certainty, but there are certain things that Bitcoin and some of the charts that I'm looking at are printing these sort of signals at the moment that potentially we could be on the cusp of a beautiful impulsive wave. And with that, you know, you could see Vechain pump up, hit its head on the 20, roll back for support, and head to this sort of consolidation range that it did here on the 5-day as well. Do you see that? So do anticipate that for Vechain. So yeah, jumping into the hourly time frame then for Vechain. Yes, with Vechain on the hourly time frame, then you can see we broke out this WW bottom pattern, didn't we? We broke the level of resistance and we've come up and we've hit ahead on a retracement of 0618, okay, because this is a big impulsive wave. I'll show you exactly. I'm sure I've shown you in the previous video anyway. So you've got this impulsive wave down for Vechain. It's come down, it started to retrace before forming a new impulsive wave. Do you see that? The continuity of the trend, so to speak. So you did break out at this level of resistance, which was really good, but you've actually fallen back into it. Now, for Vechain, although it looks quite nasty, you are holding a support of this previous level of resistance. So this is actually quite a good thing at the moment for Vechain, okay? You are under the cost because you're under the EMAs still. You broke out here, but you're forming some kind of ascending triangle right there within itself. Do you see this? So you've got the support line just here, okay, of the previous level of resistance, which you've broken out of. Now you're back testing it and turning it into support, which is good. Look, you've held support, 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 support. Do you see that? So a break is coming, okay, because you're coming closer and closer to the apex, okay. Now these are continuation patterns, okay. They're called ascending triangles. You've come up into it, and you do have a breakout target. Now hopefully it turns into continuation, because if you get close to the apex, okay, consistently testing this level as resistance, this is where you could see the break for Vechain to the upside, okay. So do anticipate this, that you could see a potential break coming up to this particular level there, okay, which would hopefully see you get through to 0618 golden ratio right there. Because, you know, if you do start to break down, there is a target. I'm going to give you that target in a moment. Obviously you got the breakdown target of this, okay. if you lose a support line, you would potentially see Vechain roll over and correct down to 0.236, roughly around that area. I'll drop that target in for you, just there. This way you could see if you lose support, okay, if you lose the support now of this ascending triangle and the support of this previous resistance, do you see that, of this ascending triangle? This is where you could see Vechain lose 0.08221782. If it did lose that, you are looking at a potential further downside here and a continuation of the impulsive wave down, and that would be a 14% correction for Vechain. Now there is another target I'm going to give you right now, because potentially this is how it works, okay. This is the hour, but if you zoom out on the daily, you will see the big impulsive waves, but I'll show you how it is on the hour. So basically you formed an impulsive wave down here, you start to retrace, you've held a key level of resistance for continuation of a new impulsive wave. Do you see that? It's a continuation of a trend. Now to reverse this impulsive wave, i.e. create a big reversal wave, you have to break through a level of resistance, forming the reversal. Obviously you got that level of resistance as well, but there's a high probability when you break through the 0.618, which is a golden ratio, you do start to form them reversal waves. You know, in a downtrend or in an uptrend, you do start to come back to where you came from. So do anticipate that. You know, if you do start to see Vechain break out of this ascending triangle, which, like I've said to you, is a continuation pattern, you've come up into it, you're creating it. You know, if you break the level of resistance, this is where you got the beautiful long opportunity, and you need to see this particular level broken for Vechain. I'm going to drop this in because, like I said to you, I'm anticipating that if Bitcoin holds a key level of support, this is where you're going to see a mega pump for Bitcoin. Everyone's really bearish, aren't they? So just there is a key level of resistance that if Vechain breaks that, you've reversed a trend right here. Okay, you've broken out its multi-month resistance, which we had broken out of, but obviously you're fully aware. Resistance. Okay, since you peaked way back up there, you've hit it as resistance. Okay, which is confluence to your downtrend, but when you came back up, you hit the resistance of the reversal, of the retracement. Do you see that? Because you're retracing right here. You're impulsive wave down, you're retracing, you run into resistance, you roll back. Right now, you're under a level of resistance by this downward sloping ascending triangle, okay? And then there's support of this upper support line of this previous W bottom and the ascending triangle. Do you see that? So there's all patterns in patterns, and I always try to be thorough with you and try and explain it as best as I can. If this is the bearish bias right now, if Vechain does lose this level of support at 0.8221782 and does fall down, you're looking obviously a further correction, but there is a bit deeper target for Vechain. So that's a 15% correction right there. But it will give confluence to the fact that you've retraced and you're now forming a new impulsive wave down. So with that, you do actually have a breakdown target based off a new impulsive wave being formed, and it's from there to there, and this is where you could see a continuation of the downtrend and a new impulsive wave bringing you down to this particular level just there for Vechain, okay, which wouldn't put you too far away from that. And like I said to you, you know, when you do swing highs, do target swing lows, and that lines up with the medium line of the Gaussian channel on the 5 day, doesn't it? Let's drop this in. Look, go 5 day. I'll show you right now. I bet it's lining up with a Gaussian channel. Not that it has to go there, okay? It doesn't have to go there, but you can see, yeah, it's lining up with it. Boom. So that's that particular target. If you do start to fall under the Gaussian channel on the 5 day and lose the 5 day 55 as well, this way you're going to see a continuation potentially coming down to this level here. So yeah, if you do start to see a roll in the market, they're your targets, okay? So the primary target is at 1618, which is roughly down there. You know, from here, that's a massive correction, isn't it? So if you do lose support, you go short because you're looking at a whopping 46% correction down to that next impulsive wave, which Vechain is on the cusp of forming. So it's really, really crunch time. We're coming into the apex just here. I'm going to drop that line in for you right now. Okay. People always say, can you mention the price target? So I will, just to clarify. You've got a breakdown target, okay, of a next impulsive wave. If it does start to form here and we lose support, you're looking at a new impulsive wave down, okay, and you're looking at 0.04397,973. So do ladder some bids in these levels as if we was to start to form this new impulsive wave down. Because, you know, it looked great. We're broken out its key levels of resistance, but what you're doing here, you're retracing off a previous impulsive wave down, you know, which is perfectly healthy. You're holding the resistance for continuation of a new impulsive wave down to that target. So that's Vechain in a nutshell. Hopefully, you know, that this is a continuation pattern, because like I said to you, if it is, you know, we do break out at the apex of this level of resistance because it's an ascending triangle. You come up into it. It's a bullish continuation pattern right here. but obviously you can see the market's being a bit of a bastard at the minute, isn't it? So if you do start to break out of this upper level of resistance, this way you could see a lovely little pump for Vechain, and you could see 0.9581382. So it's really really crucial. Look, you're coming into an apex just here. Do you see this? A decision will be made relatively soon, whether it breaks to the downside, whether you get the break to the upside. And you know, there's equal opportunities to go long or go short. So come to your charts, draw this trend line, okay? Draw these draw this ascending triangle just there, okay? And anticipate the break. Lose support, go short. Break resistance, go long. And I give you that support again because I think I've removed it. The support at the moment for Vechain, that particular support line that you can't see lost, because if it is, you're looking at further downside and confluence of the fact that you're forming that extension at that impulsive wave down. Do you see that? Because you're retracing and the impulsive wave down brings you down to that level. You need to hold 0.08211269 for Vechain. Good luck everyone. Stay healthy, stay strong, stay tuned. I'll be back tomorrow with another update on Vechain. Take care. Bye bye.